Don't. Couple people. Nobody yet. I'm a little early. Well, let's advertise. Maybe we can get the Ocean Spray commercial. Dr. Pepper. But I'm not on a skateboard. Early on in the process. Here we are. I don't think there's any other lives going on, but I didn't check. Well, hello, Lori. And somebody else is in here. I see two people, but I only see one announced. Who else is in the room? Well, there he is. There's Jeff. I'm almost there. I'm 492. Yep, you're right. Thanks for coming in. And I watched some of yours earlier, quite a bit of it actually. And yeah, how many subscribers do you have? Yours doesn't show how many subscribers you have. How many do you have, Jeff? Jeff. Or is it a secret? 1877. Man. That's good. That's good. How long you been doing YouTube? Well, there's Emily Conway. My goodness. TikTok Emily. I just got through watching one of your videos with your daughter holding the little lion on TikTok. And I just put out my intros on TikTok, but you're doing good. You got some good stuff there. I need to start dancing more if I want to get TikTok views. I have done some dancing videos on TikTok, but anyway. Yep, Jeff's in the house, Lori's in the house, Emily's in the house. Why are you called the Cap Guy? No, you know what? I just came up with it when I started, and I wished I hadn't figured that or took that name. I do have about 500 ball caps listed in my eBay, but I have over 3,500 items on eBay, and I think it throws off people. They think, well, I'm not interested in caps, so I'm not going to check out that channel. And I think it's kind of killed me on that thing, but you know, it is what it is, and I don't want to change it. So I'm already known as the Cap Guy, and I got JT. Maybe I should have called it the JT Show. I'd probably blow up like Harry Tornado or somebody. Yeah, I know. And you know who else I've seen on TikTok and other platforms doing is that Gary V does a lot of the thrifting stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've been posting YouTube intros on reselling, but not like you do, where I'm actually showing stuff. I'm just showing the JT intro, and I get about 200 views a day on TikTok, but it's because of JT, not because of what I'm doing. But yeah, yours are good. Right. Yeah, and especially, you know, if you find really good stuff. Hey, I found this for $2 and I'm gonna sell it for $30. People are like, wait a minute, you can do that? So yeah. But I do watch your TikToks. Of course, like I said, I'm on TikTok and I'm doing the little scrolling thing. And so I mean there's so much funny stuff on there. The only negative to TikTok is they only give you 60 seconds to get it in. You're like, dang, 60 seconds? Man, my dates don't even last that long. I'm kidding. My dates last longer. But there's Mr. Kittenville Round steak and taters are still on the table waiting for me about 102 miles away. Should I go 102 miles to get some steak and taters, y'all? Yeah. Yeah, I like TikTok. There's a lot of funny stuff on there. Some people do some stupid stuff. And I mean, not that, JT and me don't do stupid stuff, but I'm saying there's some really silly stuff on there. And sometimes I just shake my head, and the ones that blow up, of course, are the women that kind of flaunt what they got, and people are like all over those. And I'm like, okay, guys, have some substance or something. But yeah. Yeah, it has a lot to do with you, JT. I don't know. JT's taking over the show. He's taking over the show. I got something coming up with JT. I got to work it out, but I'm working on something that's going to probably enhance it a little bit, because I'm not Jeff Dunham when I'm not a ventriloquist. That's why you never see me in the picture at the same time. But I got a plan for that, and it's not me learning how to be Jeff Dunham either. So I'm just trying to get hours. I'm at 3,000 hours, and I'm at 492 subs. So I'm trying to get to 500, although I won't feel safe till I get to about 510. Then I'll know that maybe I'm past 500. Let's do better, people. Yeah. Yeah. I really do like TikTok, and I thought they were going to block it and all that stuff here a while back. And I was like, please don't do that. I like TikTok. Yeah, but I've been doing it 9 months. And I thought my subs would be a lot better. And I know you shouldn't worry about subs, but I just want to get to that 1,000 mark. You know how it is. I mean, when you see people like Victoria, who's so cheery and outgoing, and she's got 7,000 hours and I haven't even hit 1,000 subs. And I like listening to them. They're so cheery, and she's got a great voice. I listened to her sing "Happy Birthday." As a matter of fact, in today's video, I told her she sang like "Happy Birthday" 3 times. I said, "Well, hey, it's my birthday too." And finally, she sang one for everybody else that had a birthday or had a friend with a birthday. And I was like, my birthday is not till April 2nd. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to hear you sing it again. But she's pretty cool. And Nana Tink and you and a bunch of the others, y'all are really good. So, but you have a plan? Yeah, mine involves a gun. I guess I would just have to go out and get people on the street to sub and then watch a video while I'm standing there, and then I know they'll count. I'm kidding. Just try to be funny and entertain and teach. And I like shouting out the new subscribers, and I also answer every comment, not just put a heart on it, because I don't have as many as some of the bigger channels that can't do that. But I do like responding to everybody. And it kind of helps. I really enjoy teaching, and not that I know everything, because I don't. Well, there's Thrifty Nana. Hello there. Welcome to the channel. She was with Angie Resells last night. There were like 4 of them at the same time, and I invited Nate, but he didn't jump in. Drifter Thrifter, so he's either doing something or he's mad at me. One or the other. We're good friends, but that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Life is like a box of chocolates. So what's going on in everybody else's life? Y'all got your Christmas stuff done yet? I had to call my kids today and say, okay, I need to know what the grandkids need for Christmas. We got about 6 business days left, or 6 days left here to make sure we get it by Christmas. So y'all got to give me a list, or they're not going to be having much but cash. And it's about giving people a habit. Yeah. Yeah, and I try to make mine every morning. That way people can count on seeing them every morning. Thank you. I am Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run. Yeah, I try to make mine at the same time every day, or around the same time in the morning, so people that are, because not everybody releases theirs first thing in the morning, and that way they can watch it and move on with their day and watch other people. But man, there's a lot of lives going on. Have there always been this many lives? Because I really didn't watch a lot of lives until just recently. You guys would know that. You and Mr. Jeff would know that more than I do. I think the first live I saw was when Lonnie and John did their podcast, Guys Without Jobs. But you know, it's funny when we get in these lives and watch other people's lives, like yours, Emily. The first time I saw you was with Nate, Drifter Thrifter, and it's all the people that you get to meet while you're in the chat and you're helping each other. Most of us are smaller channels, so it really helps. And you get to see other ones. There's Mr. 3 Gen Hustle, my new friend. Him and Mr. Geno's Fines. 3 Gen Hustle. I see you're moving up on them subscribers. If y'all haven't checked out 3 Gen Hustle, he's a really sincere guy. He's humble. He finds some really good stuff with really good sales. I mean, like $500, $300, a lot of train models, battleship model, and other things that he finds. And wow, yeah, he's pretty awesome. And I just like your attitude about life in general. And Gino Fines, we discovered last night in our chat. And Nate actually shouted him out, and I went out and checked his. And he's an older guy like me that lives down in Fort Lauderdale. And just the things that he says, and one of the things that he says in his channel is subscribers get to sit in the front seat with me when I'm out thrifting, and unsubscribers have to sit in the back seat back there where the dog actually accidentally did something. And it's just funny how he is, you know, again, his attitude and personality make his video, and that's a big part of it too. So again, everybody got their Christmas shopping out of the way. Are y'all still doing it, or have you started, not started? Hey, I tell it like it is, 3 Gen Hustle. If I didn't think it was good, I'd tell you that as well. I just think you come off very humble, and you're not arrogant or anything, and you're showing us what you do. And we all do things different. And like I say all the time, none of us are an expert on everything. If I can show you something that I find, and some of the things that I find are just accidental. You know, when I found the Kermit frog that I sold for $99, you know, for $4, that was a home run. And some of the things I find, I just fall into, and then some of it I know about. I mean, I've been comping video games. You can see some here behind me, and I've been comping them because I've got about 600 over here, and I'm going through them, making sure they don't need to be clean because I do have a machine now. And then I'm comping them, and I'm taking the higher ones first and throwing them up there. And I've been selling, you know, PS4 games and stuff. And, you know, I'm trying to work through it, and I've listed, I think, maybe 7 today. I really should be doing a lot more than that. Video games are easy. But, you know, you gotta keep working through your stuff. And I got a death pile to last me the winter, but I just keep sourcing. That's my problem. And I went into Goodwill today, and they just put out some games, and there was probably, I think I bought probably 20 games, mostly Wii and Xbox 360s. And some of them are $20, $25 games, and some of them are $6 games. But at 202, I'm going to buy them all, just because either you can bundle them up, or you can make a few dollars versus, and then some you make a bunch of money on. So you got some done, Emily. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I don't play a lot of video games. I did get lucky and get the new Xbox X. I've got a Hot Stock's got a alert that has all the stores in it, including eBay, which I don't pay attention to that one because we know what you're going to pay on eBay for them. And I've been after the PS5, and and very easy to ship. I kept getting alerts, and Walmart and everybody else, and I could not get lucky enough to get a PS5. And then one day I got an alert on Best Buy, and I actually got the Xbox X, and I do have it, and I haven't even opened it, of course. I don't know what I'm doing yet with it. But I have a lot of consoles here. I have an Xbox 360, the original. I've got the Cube. I've got the GameCube. I've got the PS3 and 4, and what else do I have? A Wii, all that stuff, because I have to be able to test the games. I've even got a Sega Genesis. And the only things I don't have is an Xbox One and a Dreamcast. Everything else I pretty much have. in consoles, and I just I need to test them, and so that's what I do. Yeah, right now is the thrifty nine, and now is the time to be shipping. And this morning I had about 2 or 3 sales while I was doing my video. I was uploading it, and I went ahead and packaged those and got them out because there are a lot of delays at USPS, and I'm seeing it all over the eBay thrifting sites and YouTube. And I'm tracking my own shipments, and I've got packages that are just all over the place right now, not delivering, and I'm a little worried about a couple of them because they're high dollar. And so the quicker you get them out, the better you will be um, with getting them to the customer. And it's all about customer service, because until they get it and they're happy with it, you're not off the hook, as we know. The first I've met. Julian, you're the first I have met. Oh, okay. I'm just reading back some of these. Yeah, there's not. Wait a minute. My name's Julian. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, but be careful there, Julian, selling it. I'm hearing horror stories about meeting people on Facebook Marketplace, getting robbed, and then I'm also hearing horror stories about people scamming people on eBay. I actually posted a picture in one of my recent videos of somebody that paid $10,100 for a PS5. And what was really funny about it is you're like, okay, somebody really crazy spent $10,000 on it, but there were 23 bids on the item. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, and raffling off. Actually, raffling off, I've seen people do that with used cars. It's not a bad concept, except for the people that don't win, which is everybody but one, and then they're not happy about it. But yeah, you could do that. I saw somebody post on Facebook an Xbox the other day, and they said, "I will meet you, but it will be at the local police station," which is not a bad idea. And I do actually carry a gun. I have a concealed carry, and I carry one in my vehicle. But you don't want to get in a position where you got to use something like that over a video game console. I mean, it's $500. It's not, it's not worth anybody's life, that's for sure. But I'm not also in the market to be robbed either. So, but yeah, if you don't sell it, he'll enjoy it. That's for sure. Like I said, I've got the Xbox X, but that's not the one I wanted. I want the PS5. But I've heard a lot of good stuff about both of them. I mean, the Xbox has more power, and the PS5 has the better graphics. Yeah, a money checker. Well, Emily, I thought that's what you were. You were going to check the money. Oh, maybe not. One of those markers. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. I don't have one of them. I probably ought to buy one, but I don't normally meet people and take cash. I don't do a ton of Facebook Marketplace unless it's really big items. Like I just sold an exercise bike. I call it a dust collector. It was in my bedroom, and it was a present to me a few years ago. And it's a great place to hang clothes and stuff. But I finally listed it, and somebody come and bought it, and I met him, but he came to my house. But yeah, hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at, right? That's why I got JT, so he can laugh at me and I can laugh at him. I think he laughs more at me than I do him, but um, we're trying to make entertain and teach. That's the goal. And I'm just trying to be different than everybody else, and that's why I introduced a puppet into my videos when I started, or actually not when I started. If you go back and watch my older videos, I didn't have him. I was popping up other people, little creatures and bobbleheads and stuff, and making jokes. And then I finally realized I needed to use him, and he's kind of stuck. Although my subs don't show it, but anyway. Oh wow, Julian, that's awesome. It's funny you say that because my grandson is 7, and he had a yard sale a couple of weeks ago, and he made like $50 that day, and some of it, about 20 of it, was just people gave him money without taking anything. And now he calls himself Mini Papa, and he wants to go yard selling with me constantly. It used to be go yard selling because he could get stuff. Now he's wanting to buy stuff and resell it. And his mom, my youngest daughter, wants to, or she does eBay a little bit, But I keep telling them, guys, it's not, you got to work at it. It's not just list a couple of things and then let them wait and see if they sell. If you're going to get into it, you got to put in the effort and you got to work hard. And it is hard work. As those of us that do it know, this is not easy. There are easier jobs out there. And for those of you that don't know me, I am retired, 35 years in the transportation industry after a stint in the Navy, and I am retired from UPS Freight Management. Now, UPS Freight is the tractor trailer division, not the little brown trucks, it's the bigger trucks. And I was a terminal manager and in sales, and I spent 20 years, and then they offered early out. So I get a pension check every month from Mr. Brown for the rest of my life. So I don't have to do this. This is extra money for me, and I was doing it part-time. But when I retired, I thought, well, I'm not going to sit and watch Price is Right and Dr. Phil and let's make a deal all day. So I better do something. So I started doing it full time. And now it's like gambling. It's addictive because you're out there um, finding stuff that you can make good money on. And I'll probably hit 70 to 80,000 this year in sales. So, but it's a 7-day a week job, and I ship 6 days a week. So and I was doing 16-hour days. Now I've got it down to maybe, a 7-hour day, 8-hour day, but you still have days where you get up at 6 and you go to bed at 11:30, and eBay is a big part of that, or whatever other platform you sell on. And for me, it is work. It is harder work than it was for me at UPS Freight Sales. The only difference was that in UPS, there's a lot of stress because you have a lot of, you're pushed a lot. You push very hard to make numbers. And, but it's a great, it's a great company to retire from, obviously. But yeah, I enjoy this, and after 35 years in trucking, I would never go back into it. I like what I do now. It's just some days I'm like, man, I got 13 to ship. I got to go get them. So now what I do is if I sell 2 or 3, I get up and I come in here and I go ahead and pull them and pack them and get them ready. And then every time I sell something, every 2 or 3, I'll come do it again. That way I'm not shipping 15 one night till 11:30 at night, especially when you're trying to deal with YouTube and TikTok and all the other things I do, and then dealing with family and all that kind of stuff. I'm getting ready to move my elderly mom into an apartment complex the first of the year, and she's 78, and I've got to take care of a lot of the things for her because she has degenerative eye. She can't see, so she doesn't drive or anything. So she's only going to be like 2 blocks from me, which is good. But you got to do those things. Family's first for me. Family comes above everything. And I have 3 daughters and 6 grandkids, and my daughters I raised by myself. And I am a daddy and grandparent first over everything else. Family should always come first in your life. Now I'll get off that stuff. Oh, thank you. It was a long time ago. Matter of fact, today, 42 years ago, I went to boot camp in Orlando, Florida. Today. First time I ever flew on a plane. Hey, old school picker, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you coming in. But yeah, today, 42 years ago, I went to boot camp right before Christmas. I don't know why I chose that. And went to boot camp in Orlando, Florida. And anybody that says Orlando don't get cold in the winter was wrong. One morning it was 14 degrees. But when I flew, it was the first time I flew out of San Antonio. I'm from Austin, Texas. And I flew out of San Antonio, and my ears popped, as you know they do on a plane, but they didn't repop. So they're yelling at us as we get off the bus, and I can't hear anybody. And I'm just following everybody else, and I'm scared to death. Hey, Lissa. Night owl work. There it is. There it is. Karen's in the house, yelling out my name, Bobby. Yep. Bobby is what I go by. Bob's an older person. I'm not older. I'm like 29 or something. Or what's that old song by Middle Age Crazy by Jerry Lee? Yeah, Middle Age Crazy. 39 and holding. Matter of fact, I was in the Goodwill today, and I saw the movie, the Button one, where the guy, Mr. Button, what's it movie now? I'm trying to remember now. Mr. Buttons or whatever it is, where he starts out older and he gets younger as he goes. And I told somebody in the store, I was like, man, wouldn't that be something to start out really old and then go get younger and younger as you go? And then she didn't say that to me. I was like, yeah, okay. You don't have to be friendly. I'll just continue to sing the music that they're playing over the loudspeaker. So Tears for Fears, I sing it all out loud. I don't care. Old school. Benjamin Button. There you go. I knew it was Button something. I was like, I saw the DVD, and that's the first thing I thought of. Brad Pitt, who's actually from Shawnee, Oklahoma, just a little east of me, about 45 minutes. So 3Gen Hustle, are you in Pennsylvania? Is that what I understood? Or North Carolina? One of the two. I can't remember. There's so many channels that I watch. She asked me twice what my name was. Hey, I'm not as good as Victoria and them at reading all these things. And Victoria has like 3 people on her channel. Emily hasn't had me on hers. Of course, she knows probably everything about me now by the time she gets to watching. PA, okay. I knew it was one of the two. I actually lived in upstate New York for a couple of years. A little too cold for this Texas guy. A little too cold. Wow, got a lot of new people in here too. You can call me OSP or Chris. Well, what's the OSP stand for? Oh, old school picker. Never mind. I've just figured it out. Whichever is fine. Well, I'll probably call you old school picker, OSP, because Chris, I won't remember as easy because everybody's, unless your name is in the thing. I didn't know Julian's name either until Emily asked him. I guess Emily likes to know their names. I just call you by your title. I'm the Cap Guy, and we got JT. Now, Julian, has your son actually seen any of my videos? I mean, has he saw JT? Well, again, I lived in Arizona for 5 years when I was a terminal manager, and the winters are fantastic out there, but the summers are brutal. Yeah, but as they say, it's a dry heat. But in the monsoon, they do get a little humid, and when it's 115 and 40% humidity. But the worst humidity I've ever been around, to be honest with you, I mean, Austin, where I'm from, is pretty humid. But when I would go to Richmond, where overnight transportation was based, Richmond, Virginia, that humidity was brutal, brutal. Hey, Hot Flip Heidi, thanks for responding to me on that ball cap. It was too small, but that's okay. It's not like I don't need another ball cap. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my grandson started making YouTubes, and he got copyright claim the other day because he was playing some music and singing. And his are kind of, I mean, he's 7 years old, but he watches Jeffy, which is a little bit probably inappropriate, but sometimes that Jeffy can be funny. But that guy's got over 1 million views, and he drives a Lamborghini that's decaled in Mario, and lives in Tampa. Or no, not Tampa, around Pensacola, I think. G3G, we get along. Yeah. Yeah, I lived in Albany, New York, and I lived for a year and a half, and then 6 months in Oswego, which is north of Syracuse, right on Lake Ontario. In the winter, 200 inches of snow, way too much for me. Way too much. Yeah. Ovens are a dry heat too. One of the things Arizona had, they didn't have a lot of bugs because it was so hot. They didn't have like mosquitoes but they had these huge rolling dust storms that would come in. I mean, I live in Oklahoma where we have tornadoes, but they had huge, huge dust storms that would roll in, and they would film it coming in, and it would just slowly come in and roll over the city. And it didn't last long, but it was pretty awesome to watch. And I've lived all over the country. South Carolina, Beaumont, Texas, Dallas a couple times, Oklahoma several times, Kansas, Arizona. I was stationed in Coronado, California too. I've lived all over the place. I'd say San Diego is probably my favorite weather city because it's like 75 to 80, no humidity, and just perfect. But I love Austin, but I like Oklahoma. There's a lot of friendly people here. They kind of have a reputation kind of being a little redneck, but there's those two. I mean, I think they're everywhere. So So is everybody else that came in later, have you got your Christmas stuff started, done? I think Emily's the only one that answered me and said 241. Oh wow! So do you have an RV, Julian? We typically go to Maui or the Big Island. We went to the Big Island last year, but we like to go to Maui. We've been like 3 times in the last 4 years. Love Maui, love Maui, and it's 8-hour flight from Dallas, which is about 3 hours south of me, straight to Maui. But COVID's messed that up too. But maybe right after Christmas, we may just take off and go. Need to get Christmas lights. Where should I go? You need to buy some? I would go to Target or Walmart or Dollar General even has, or even thrift stores. Some of the thrift stores do, but you got to be careful whether they work or not, unless they're in a good box. But Christmas lights are cheap. Go to Dollar General if you have Dollar General. I don't know if you have those in California, but some of the smaller off-brand shops and then or Walmart or Target, they all have lights and they're cheap. I barely put a tree up, let alone got yours from Target. Oh, Dollar Tree. Yeah, Dollar Tree has lights too. That's correct. Yep. And they're $1. Although they have some things that have went up a little bit, but I usually go in there for batteries and dog treats and things like that. Well, there's Miss Journey. She's in the house. Miss Journey's in Georgia, but she's not a Georgia Peach. She is a Florida lady. So we've got Emily, where you live? I know where everybody else lives: Pennsylvania, Ohio, Oklahoma, California. And I don't know where Old School Picker lives. Where do you live? Lori lives in Texas. Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of it, like their shampoo and stuff, it's cheap stuff, but I find some pretty good stuff there. Hey, have y'all checked out some of the channels that are on here? Now, Miss Journey don't make videos. Lori and Karen don't make videos. Heidi does. Old School Picker, 3Gen Hustle, Emily Conway. Who else am I missing? I don't know if my buddy eBay Addicts is still in here, but if he is, he makes videos. Thrifty Nana, do you make videos? Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. I'm trying to remember you're in Tulsa. That's right. So I know where you're at. So where is Old School Picker and Old School Pickers in Tennessee? Okay. I hope not near Man Mountain Link. And he's in Henderson. You're not near there, are you? And then who else was I asking about? Oh, I already know about Thrifty Nana. She's in Tulsa. May not have to go to Tulsa tomorrow. Kenville, if you're on here, I may not have to go to Tulsa tomorrow, so I may not be up there. I guess I'm not getting any food this week. I just had dinner again. Guess what it was, folks? Yep, you guessed it. Bologna sandwiches. Bologna and Swiss cheese and Miracle Whip. I don't eat mayo on my sandwich. I eat Miracle Whip. Okay, Chattanooga, Eastern Tennessee. Okay. Over there by, who is it? Oh, Kenny Chesney's from near the Chattanooga area, isn't he? I believe. I know my geography pretty good. 35 years in transportation. I kind of know where a lot of towns are. And in the world as well. I've been to every continent except for South America and Antarctica. Been to Kenya, Australia, Singapore, all the Caribbean, Europe, through the Mediterranean. Of course, Hawaii multiple times. Philippines. Been all over. Join the Navy. It's an adventure. That ain't dinner. It is here. Now, I was gonna make like grilled chicken breast, and I usually when I make grilled chicken breast, I use a spice that you can only get in Southeast Texas, but now you can get it on Amazon. It's called Tex Joy, TEXJOY steak seasoning. You can put it on green beans, corn, potatoes, all your meats, chicken, steak, pork chops, any of that stuff. If you don't try it, you're missing out. It's great, great seasoning, and it's not very expensive. But I was going to make grilled chicken. I usually make grilled chicken breast, and then I sprinkle that on it while I'm cooking it, and then I dip it in queso, and that's my meal. So I like that stuff. It's in the hood. You need to go to the store. Do you need to go? No, I have food. I have plenty of food. My problem is a year ago I went on keto and I dropped 60 pounds in 6 months. And then COVID, when it came, I stocked up on a bunch of stuff I shouldn't have stocked up on, and I wasn't going out a ton. And guess what? Now I'm buying fast food and stuff I shouldn't be eating instead of what I was eating back then was a lot of tuna and chicken and fish. Not a lot of fish, but some fish. And cauliflower, mashed potatoes, and all that kind of stuff. Staying away from bread and rice and pasta and all the carbohydrates. And I put a bunch of it back on. And I felt great. So I got to do it again. And I keep saying it. I got to get back on it. Hey, Mike, welcome to the channel. Yeah, Tex Joy. Check it out on Amazon. They've got different spices, Julian, but check out the steak seasoning. And when you're grilling on a grill or even cooking it in a pan in the house, sprinkle some on both sides. And it's a little salty, but it's not spicy, but it's just a tad, a little bit of a taste. But I'm telling you, you can put it on green beans, corn, and it's from Southeast Texas. They also make coffees and stuff. But now I notice it's on Amazon because if you buy it straight from TexJoy, the shipping's outrageous. You should share plugging your son-in-law's coffee company that helps pets. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Paws Coffee Company, PAWS Coffee Company, is my son-in-law and my middle daughter's coffee company. He has a roaster and he gets his beans from I believe India, and he fresh roasts them in his shed behind his house. And what is it, Karen? 10 or 20% goes to pet causes. My daughter has 5 dogs, 3 cats, a turtle, and a pig living in her home. And they're all trained and they're all clean and they have a doggy door. And even the pig uses the doggy door. But they're all, if she could have a giraffe, she'd have one. Hey, Angie, welcome to the channel. So, yeah, check out TexJoy, and I'm going to look up Paul's company. And thanks for bringing that up, Miss Journey. By the way, have you bought any? 10%. Okay. 10% goes to animal causes. He's trying to get it off the ground. It's relatively new, but he did have a TikTok or Facebook video. Somebody he sent it to reviewed it and they loved it. As a matter of fact, it's one of his favorite ones. And he's a x-ray tech and he travels and does x-rays. So he's in the frontline guy, but he does this on the side and he's trying to take off because he would really love to do that instead of. It's called Paws Coffee Company out of Blanchard, Oklahoma. And he's giving a 25% holiday discount right now. And it's called Coffee with a Cause. And like I said, it goes to animal causes because they are animal people. She won't let me do anything with that pig. I keep telling her I want bacon out of it, but that ain't happening because she won't kill her animals. And I'm joking, of course. If you use the discount code holidays, you get 25% off your entire order. Paws Coffee Company. And they're on Instagram, and he's also on Facebook. So if you drink coffee and you can get the roasted, or he can grind it and send it to you as well. But I have a grinder, so I buy it and just do it myself. I know I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day in a beverage container, and that's it. And all I put in mine is a vanilla splash of vanilla creamer. I don't use sugar or anything else. Oh, okay. Well, Alyssa, thank you too. Thank you. And again, he's on Instagram and Facebook. And if you do buy anything from him, please tell him that I sent you. That way he knows. And Lissa, and I'll tell him that Lissa sent him or mentioned it. That way she gets a plug. Don't forget, at 500 subs, and before I went on, I checked, I'm 8 away. You too can own the first ever The Cap Guy Sales or Sales Profit is Profit beverage container. And Angie, I'm going to have to get with you on how to do this, because I don't know how to do that wheel thing. But I'm going to use the keyword profit in a video when I get really close, and then everybody that comments will do that and enter it. I may have to use the one Lonnie did too, where you just everybody in the keyword. I got to figure all that out. I've never done a giveaway. Girl with the cats would remember his company. Well, they do have 3 cats, but only one of them's friendly. And he actually was his name is Mittens, and he was actually found in a crack in an apartment building with a bunch of other feral cats. But it was a kitten, and my other daughter took it to her, and he loves people. Chatting, you're an hour away. Okay. You were in the music industry. Oh, wow. Can you say who the hip hop artist was there, Mr. Julian? My youngest brother, Darren, who lives in Austin, Texas, he was in heavy metal. He was a lead singer in a heavy metal band in the 80s and 90s, and was really good lead singer. Oh, well, you know what? I'll pass out wrenches to all of you. I'm glad you guys are on this. Uh-oh. I'm on StreamYard. How do I give wrenches on this one? It's different. It doesn't have the 3 dots. It doesn't have that option. It has put user in timeout or block the user. That's only used for Nate and MML. I don't know on StreamYard how to do the wrenches, folks. Somebody know? I've only used StreamYard like 2 or 3 times. I know one of you tech savvy people will know the answer to that. By the way, 3Gen Hustle, your editing's pretty awesome. I love your music as well that you put in it. Now, my favorite genre of music, some of you that are older may know it, and some of you that aren't may know it too, but it's old school R&B. I am a huge Al Green, Barry White, Stylistics, Drifters, OJs, you know, music person, Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's the Way of the World, all that kind of stuff. I love if old school like Sideshow by Black Magic. If that don't move you, nothing moves you. And I like all genres of music, but classic, old school, 70s, 80s R&B, there's nothing better than that. May have to get extra subs. You should start talking about some other big reseller and get their burning ears. You know, that is funny. Now, the last time when they were talking about Lonnie that night, he popped in at 11:30 at night, and then last night it was talking about Harry Tornado, and he shows up. I haven't heard anything from him today. And then I'm the one that went out and told Gino that we were talking about him in the thing because Nate had mentioned him, and that's what caused him to come in. And I like 80s rock, and I love 80s like Tears for Fears and all that kind of stuff as well. Duran Duran and the Styx, and of course I'm a big Journey and Eagles fan as well, and the Bee Gees, and Michael Jackson is the king of entertainment, and he's a year older than me. But Michael, even above Elvis, in my opinion, was the best. And I love Elvis, but Michael Jackson, let's just face it, he's the best entertainer I've ever seen. And I love Sinatra, and I love Dean Martin. I love all the old school big band. I like all music. I just love the feeling that you get from old school R&B. It just, you know, when you're listening to Sideshow or Betcha by Golly Wow or, you know, Make Up to Break Up, those are just, man, those get you. Those are good songs. Of course, I lived through it too. Better than, I mean, I love Elvis. Don't get me wrong. I love Elvis, but I think Michael Jackson was entertainment wise pretty good. Elvis had a break in the action. Michael had a little break, but not as much. And you know what's funny is they both died so young. That's what's so sad about it. Um, but the Eagles, New Kid in Town. That's probably my favorite Eagles song, New Kid in Town. I know a lot of people like Hotel California and all that, but yeah, R&B has changed a lot. You're right, Julian. And I mean, some of the current music, I mean, I can take some of it, and some of it I'm not as big. I mean, I think, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, um, after about the early '90s, I think music's kind of gone downhill. It's more about entertaining than actual music content. But I mean, back then, everybody danced. You get, the Commodores, and they were dancing, or the Temptations. People were doing their thing, but the music is just the feeling you got. It's in your soul, and music is the key to your soul, because, like I've said in my channels before, music it's what you were doing. And for those of us that are older, my music, if I hear a song, I think immediately I can tell you within 3 years when that song came out, because it's where I was, like in 1975, Rhinestone Cowboy and 10cc's You're Not in Love, or I'm Not in Love, was a hit. And I was in driver's ed at 16, 1975. So it's about who you were with, good or bad. Maybe overseas, when I heard Funky Town for the first time, I was off the Virgin Islands in the Navy at sea, and I heard it. When I heard Pink Floyd's The Wall, I was in Barcelona, Spain, in a club, and we just come into the port there, and I'd never heard the song, and I heard it in a club, and I was like, who is that? And then it turned out it was Pink Floyd, The Wall. So it's all about a memory. When I hear a song, I think of somebody or someplace or something I was doing or where I was when it came out as a hit. And again, when I watch Jamel, I don't know if y'all know who Jamel is, but Jamel does reviews, and he's a lot like Julian. He's very humble. He gets blocked a lot on YouTube because he's listening to videos, but I'm gonna tell you who he is. He does reactions, is what he does, and he'll do, like, let's say, Boys to Men. Now he may have heard Boys to Men, but he maybe never had seen them because he's like 40. Or he'll do somebody like who did he do the other day? Brett or somebody, and was hearing, Guitar Man. And then where was I when Wichita Lineman? I actually lived in Wichita, Kansas, believe it or not. I was born in Wichita, Kansas, raised in Oklahoma and Texas, Austin. But yeah, believe it or not, I lived in Wichita, Kansas when Wichita Lineman came out, and that was about 1968 to 70 time frame. Jamel. Okay, his name is Jamel, Jamel. I'm gonna type it in here for y'all. Just check him out. He's got over 100,000 subscribers. But what he does is he does reactions to music that people suggest to him. And what's so good about him? Not only is he humble and a great guy, but it's almost like he's learning. It's like you with your kids or your grandkids when they discover something new. Some of the songs he's seen before. Good night, Lori. But he's never seen them in a video clip. So he's watching them. When he did Neil Young the other day, Old Man, the song Old Man, and just watching how he reacted to the song that he'd never heard before. And then he's doing and some of them, they get blocked, so you have to go down to his link and go over to Instagram to watch his videos. But it's just watching him and then knowing that I've lived through all that music, and I knew it, and I'm singing along, and some of it he's heard and some of it he hasn't, but he's discovering, and he's 40 years old. But he's just a very good guy, but his channel's just blown up. And it's just fun to watch on YouTube. I mean, he just does one video right after the other. Some of it's rock, some of it's R&B, a lot of it is old, like 70s and 80s pop and rock that we all know and love. So, yeah, Glenn, I'm going to tell you a funny story about Glenn Campbell. When I lived in Phoenix, Arizona, 2000 to 2005, he got arrested for a DUI. And for those of you who know Arizona, Joe Arpaio was the sheriff there for many, many years, and he likes to put men in pink pajamas and put them in Tent City to make it hard on them so they don't want to be back in jail. And he, yeah, it does. It feels like you're watching with a friend. You're right, especially when they're younger than you and they haven't heard the music before. But anyway, Joe Arpaio had Glenn Campbell stand up and play for the other guys that were in Tent City, and it was just kind of cool. It was kind of funny, but yeah, later in life, and just another story that I know being old. But yeah, there's other reaction people. You know what's funny though is on YouTube you get copyright claims. I don't know how this guy's climbed to 100 and something thousand subscribers, and he gets all these copyright claims. But DMX in pink. Yeah, and matter of fact, Amari Stoudeminer's mom was in there with one of my employees when she got a DUI. It was kind of, she was telling me all kinds of stuff, and I was like, man. So you just never know. Yeah, Arizona, Maricopa County, Arizona. Joe probably didn't mess around, and some of it was a little overboard, but he put them in pink pajamas. He had no problem putting a man in pink pajamas and sending him out on the street to pick up trash and stuff. And I was like, man, I don't ever want to go to that jail. and he fed them bologna with no condiments. He saved the taxpayers a bunch of money, and he was always proud of it. And then they built a brand new jail, and he put the dogs from the Animal Society in there and made them stay in tents. I just sold her a Mari Stoudemire Phoenix Suns jersey the other day. By the way, I saw your Adidas, Knicks, and Trailblazers jersey. I have a ton of sports jerseys in my collection. Not my collection. I've got them on eBay, but I have some in my collection. I've got one right now that I picked up at a yard sale. It's a Rose Chicago Bulls special edition St. Patrick's Day jersey. It's green. I recently sold a Chris Paul Hornets when they were here in Oklahoma City during Hurricane Katrina. St. Valentine's Day jersey about a year ago. I sold it for $305, and I got it at Goodwill for $535. Those special edition jerseys are worth a ton of money, and then also they're the Mitchell and Ness, and some of those are really high end. Yeah, I haven't done as well with soccer. I do buy them. I think the best selling ones for me are hockey, but NBA and NFL sell well too. And I'm a Cowboys fan and a Thunder fan, even though I was a Celtic as a kid and a Spurs fan being from Texas. But when Thunder got a team here from Seattle, I went ahead and jumped on board. I probably do have the only Giants jersey I have is the quarterback Brown that played for him. I have one of his. And if you're a Giants fan, we can end this conversation now, because anybody in the NFC East that isn't a Cowboys, especially Eagles, Redskins, and Giants. I'm kidding. Root who you want, or for who you want. I love Larry Bird. I do. He was my favorite player. I actually got to see Larry Bird in 1990 in the Garden. I lived in Albany, New York, and the company I worked for hauled Miller Beer. They were the biggest Miller distributorship in Boston, and they had season tickets to all the teams, and they gave me 4 tickets, and I took my father-in-law and 3 our brother-in-law and a friend of his, and we sat in the rafters next to Tommy Heinsohn announcing the game, and the Celtics were playing Orlando, and that was Scott Skiles' rookie year at Orlando. And, of course, they beat the crap out of them, and they had, all the good people, of course, Bird and Havlicek was still playing, and yeah, they are. Hey, but y'all are playing a little bit better. I think I'm trying to remember who you're playing this week, because I've got Gallman on my fantasy team, and I lost Carolina McCaffrey, and I haven't had him much. Hey, welcome, Three Rivers. I appreciate you being in here. 70s days, classic rock, classic country. Our house was a variety of music taste. Oh wow, he played in country bands. Yeah, and I'm not a huge Junior fan, but I love Hank Sr. And Buck Owens, I know a lot. I mean, I know all that music because my mom was a 50s person. I got a tiger by the tail. It's plain to see. I know all them songs. Um, the old Porter Wagner show and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've never got to see Jordan. I didn't go to a lot of NBA games unless I got to go free. Um, yeah, I do have something of Jordan's in here, but it ain't worth much. I found it. Show you a couple things I picked up recently. I picked this up cheap. I gotta get this right. It's a Larry Bird ornament, but it ain't worth much, so I just put it in my collection. But then I got this, and it's not worth much. Now the jersey I just sold for about $80, $90, but I have this. That's pretty cool. But it's not worth much on eBay. So if it's not worth a lot of money and it's something that you can't find every day, I just keep it. I got too much stuff. Space Jam. Yep. I believe I can fly. I believe I can. Well, I can't touch the sky. I can't even hardly get it above my head. Oh, my goodness. Drifters in? You got to see Jordan and Magic play? Wow. Lucky you. Must have been in L.A. I saw, I've seen all, like I said, the Celtics, and then Scott Skiles was a rookie the year I saw them. Heidi, I was speaking of music. Of course, I've seen Durant and Harden and Westbrook. I sold some Westbrook shoes that he donated when he left town, and I've sold some Durant shoes for good money. And they were band shoes, and I didn't know it when I sold them. I could have got a lot more money for them, but I was stupid and didn't know what I was doing. During Motown. Motown was a MJ play. My story of the day, I got to see MJ play as a Ripper. Hawks against Dominique when I was in 7th grade. Yeah, he was a Tar Heel. By the way, Texas Longhorns own the Tar Heels here in the regular season here lately. Beat them again this year, and then we lost to Nova the other day. Man, that was a good game. Thought we were going to beat them. We've turned from eBay to sports. Went to music to sports. How many did we lose? Oh, no. I got to see where I'm at on subs. Maybe I picked up. Oh, I sold something. In-N-Out Burger T-shirt. Hey, there's something you could be selling there, Miss Heidi Flips, since you have access to them. I paid. What did I pay for that? I sold it for $17.95 used. In-N-Out Burger, and if I can get it to open here, I paid $3.33 at Goodwill and sold it for. There you go, $17.95. And if y'all never had an In-N-Out Burger, you need to have it. And around here, everybody praises Whataburger, and they're good, but I still like In-N-Out. Too much, but we don't have them here, so I don't get to have that. Yeah, I'm at $4.92 still. So it is what it is. Yeah, I know. But I'm not too far from the leader this week. You might want to hope that I beat him because I've shuffled my schedule, and maybe I'll get lucky and McCaffrey will play, and I could knock out number one and put you in the number one spot. But it doesn't matter, Nate, because when I play you, I'm going to beat you again like I did in the regular season. Nate Drifters is in my fantasy league, and he's in second place with the most points. But when we played head-to-head, I beat him. So, a couple of years ago, I was in first place going into the playoffs, and I got beat in the first round. So that's how it works. Keep talking. Those that brag usually lose. So when you get beat, don't be crying or be mad at me. Did I sell what to Kevin Commonwealth? You miss Whataburger? Did they have Whataburger in Florida? Oh yeah, I guess they did. They did. What did I sell to Kevin Commonwealth? Alyssa? Oh no, you mean the In-N-Out Burger shirt? No, I don't think so. Matter of fact, I didn't even look to see where it was going. That's a good. He's 2 games ahead. Well, I'm in the playoff. I'm in the 4th spot. Oh, okay. I'll put my eBay store up for you there, Julian. Let's see. Okay. Let me. Well, see where it's going. It better not be going to California. They already got them. Oh, it's going to East Texas, and they have In-N-Out Burger now in Texas, and I think they just got them in Colorado. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's StreamYard. I'm not sure I can get my eBay link from one to another. I have it on a notes thing. Let me try to figure this out. I was in internet making it out. Hey, I had bologna sandwiches again tonight. I had bologna sandwiches 2 nights in a row, but that's all right. What did I have for lunch? Now I'm trying to remember. Oh, I had Mexican food for lunch. Stop telling people that. Telling people what? Karen's going to post it for me. I just sent it to her. So, Angie, your thing is at 8 o'clock tonight? Angie Resells is at 8 o'clock again tonight? I didn't look yet. Or is it 9 or 10? I can't remember. Bologna sandwiches. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, it's Texas. It's Texas 43 Blue. And how I got that name is I'm from Texas. I was 43 when I started eBay, and I have blue eyes. Now y'all know something about me that you didn't know before. Karen's going to drop my link for me. Yeah, you were close. You just had it mixed up. I do follow a lot of eBay resellers, eBay stores like Lonnie's and Nate's, although Nate on the American side only has a couple items. Most of his is Australia. I'm going to, I follow John's and Harry Tornadoes and Gemini Thrifts and a bunch of the others just to see, like, if I have a slow day, I can go over and see if they're having a slow day. Not that they're in competition, because some of them have only 400 or 500 items. Some of them have like Gemini Thrifts. She has like 6,000 or 7,000. Hey, what's going on, Digger's Den, Tyson Fury? I got your stickers and your coins. I appreciate it, and I shout you out in a couple of videos, you and Mark. And man, it must be late there. What is it, about 1:30 in the morning or 2 in the morning in the UK? My next question there in the UK is, did you get your shot? Or you're not one of the old people yet to get one? If y'all didn't know, England's already getting their shots. So they're COVID shots. And he's a Digger's Den. Tyson Fury has a metal detecting site on YouTube where he goes out to beaches and fields, and they look for old war relics and Roman coins and history that we don't have. They find all kinds of things, old thimbles, sewing thimbles, and bag seals and other stuff. But they find some pretty cool stuff. But they do lives all the time too, but usually like Friday night. So you might check them out if you're into metal detecting. I've done a little bit of it. I have like 4 of them, but I'm just not. I don't have time. But they get the big money metal detectors and go out and find some pretty cool stuff. He sent me a couple of coins the other day, him and Dig It Mark. So yeah, at least he can start breathing. Did you get your shot here there, Tyson? I doubt you did yet because you're one of the younger folks. But yeah, check them out. And they go to the beach. I like the beach probably more than anything, just because it's usually coins when they find it. And when you go to the fields, it could be a little bit of anything. But some of those old war medals and bullets, and especially when they find something like a Roman coin or something from medieval days, to me, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So pretty cool. And there's other people doing it, but the history that they have in Europe is obviously older than the guys that are doing it in Australia or America, where we don't have quite the history. For Americans to go to the beaches, it's after like a hurricane or a big storm where it washes up some of that debris, like coins and stuff. That's the time to go. For me, when I go in my backyard, I'll find a wheat penny or a quarter or a old Hot Wheel car. So a Saxon from 750 AD. Wow. That's awesome. Is that in a recent video? I haven't. If it is, I haven't seen it. I might have to go check that out. Did you find it in the field or at the beach? That's awesome. 750 AD. I mean, I collect some coins like Morgan dollars and things from the 1800s, and the history of that coin to me is worth $26 that it's worth in melt value. But to find a coin from 750 AD, that's man, that's awesome. You got to do your property one day. Yeah, Nate lives on a property in Queensland, Australia, Thrifters, and there used to be a saloon on his property. And I'm always saying, man, you need to go out there and look for that stuff. He has a frisbee golf course on his property, but he also has an old saloon. And he should go out there, probably find some old coins there, Nate. That'll get you above $30 a day. Yeah, my only problem with metal detecting is if the ground's hard, I don't want to dig. A gold coin, 500 BC. Do you still have it, or did you sell it? That's got to be worth some money. 500 BC. Wow. Wow. Have you, well, you won't find it with a metal detector, but have you ever dug up like dinosaur relics or anything? Like my ex-wife or something? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just one concrete block is left. Yeah, but there still should be stuff under the ground around it where maybe somebody got drunk on that Aussie beer and dropped some money in the ground. That's what I'm after. I'm not after the bottle tops and stuff. LOL. You like that, did you? Old dinosaur. Not safe alone. Yeah, you got to be careful where you go. I mean, obviously, lakes or things like that. No, I know there's no metal and bones. I'm just saying, did he ever, while he was digging up something, did he find any? You'd be okay with Tyson. There you go, Lissa. You got to get to England. But aren't y'all on lockdown right now, Tyson? And you still haven't answered me. Have you had your shot, your COVID shot? No. Oh, you're not on lockdown? Okay. Well, heck, after y'all all get your shots, you won't need to be on lockdown, right? No, I know. I know it's not standing. I'm just saying, but you had one, and if I had an old general store behind my house years ago and it wasn't there, I'd be back there checking to see if I could find anything. I mean, when I was a kid, and I'm older than most of the people in this room, my granny used to put methalate on us, and it's a liquid that you put on for cuts and burns, and it burns a little bit, and you got these orange splotches all over you. That or calamine lotion. So most people wouldn't know what methalate is, but that's what it is. Nowadays you have all these other creams and stuff, but they still sell it. But you got to blow on it after you put it on. Yeah. Anybody else remember that other than probably Karen? Twice about the shot. Oh, okay. You're not having the shot? You're not going to get it at all? Come on, man. Kind of locked down. Okay. Can you go metal detecting on lockdown? I mean, I don't know. I know. Oh, that's right. Mark told me you could go to the beach, but you can't go to like the fields and stuff. I think that's what he said. Pretty cool. Hey, y'all, where's MML? Journey's going to be upset if MML don't come in here soon, and he's going to be upset if he comes in here and Journey's already gone. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. Okay, you can go on land now. Yeah, that's right. I know they said people with allergies, peanut allergies, and other allergies, got to be careful. You know, Nate, I had 8 yesterday, and I've only got 4 right now. So I'm hoping that. Oh no, I got 5. I got 1 I just got a while ago, so I'm up to 5. But yeah, it hadn't been. I mean, I was having 14 and 15 the other day, and now it's all of a sudden slowed back down. So, oh wow, tomorrow's y'all's last day. Ours is the 15th, I think, for first class that we've got to get it in. Isn't that right, folks? Yeah, I've got 5, but they're not very big. People's comments. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Nate. There we go. Man, I learn something new every day. Every day. Don't scrap good jewelry. I get chills like someone walked over my grave. That's funny. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 2 weeks. Yeah, I think here in Oklahoma, they've backed off the 2 weeks. If they don't show any signs, it's after 7 days. So I sent an item to someone Wednesday, and they got it Thursday in Sydney. Oh yeah, you know, one of the things that I preach is shipping on Fridays and Saturdays. I've shipped on Saturday and had stuff end up in Pennsylvania on Monday. You definitely want to get your packages out on Saturdays, and you got a really good chance to get some good feedback. I do get a lot of feedback, and I don't leave feedback until somebody leaves feedback for me. I know some people, as soon as they ship it, they leave it. I don't. And I get more feedback that way by waiting and letting them leave me feedback before I do. And some people won't agree with that, but it works, and I get a lot of feedback because of it. So, yeah. There's Nate talking about me again. Well, I didn't know how to do it. This is only my 3rd time on StreamYard. Um, I'm a fool. Oh yeah, I honestly think right now we will lock down um, fairly soon. I mean, some places already have, and until we get a changeover, and I'm not getting into politics, but once we do that, I think we'll see some lockdowns, and if you can't, if you can't control it, we got to do something. But we also need to take care of the people that aren't working as a result of it, and that's not happening right now. We got to take care of the people, because if people aren't working, they ain't paying taxes either. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about politics. Full lockdown sounds awesome. Yeah, I know. I did that one time. Nate's referring to, I haven't got a negative in a year, and I got a negative the other day because I thought I knew where the item was. I went ahead and printed the label because I was up against I ship in one day, and I was up against it. So I went ahead and printed the label. And then I went out and spent a day finding it. And then the guy contacted me because I had bugged him for payment, and, because he didn't pay me. And the next thing I know, I had to go to him and say, guess what, dude? I didn't find it, but I have an alternative I'll send you for free. And he didn't want it. And then he left me negative feedback. But, that's only one I've had in a year. So I'll take it, especially when you ship 300 a month. I'm all about customer service, but sometimes I jump the gun and try to be a little too proactive and trying to protect my own eBay too. Yeah, I've got a $52 Carhartt ball cap still hanging out there that still shows that it's in Oklahoma City. And then $129 carousel I sold the other day is in Palatine, Illinois for 2 days, and it should have delivered today. So I don't know. The way it works, it depends on what percentage you're at, Julian. If, like for me, I was at 99.9. It pretty much takes the year, but if you get enough sales to compensate, so if you were at 99.5 and you get like 500 sales, you may jump up 99.6 or something like that. It's kind of hard to answer that the way it is, but you got to get a lot of sales to offset it. Your percentage will come up, and then time will also erase it as well. So I have the one from a year ago that's about to drop off, so I should go back to 99.9. And I don't like any at all that's negative, but it is what it is. So, and when you usually get them, it's people that have very low feedback, or they bought something very small. It's not a big ticket item. That just seems to be the way it works for me. So, all right, buddy. Hey, thanks for coming in, Tyson. We appreciate you, man. And appreciate you. Yeah, I'm not a legend, but I'm a legend in my own mind. There you go. Yeah, it'll fall off, but it'll show up in your negatives, but your percentage, if you sell a bunch of stuff, if you're like at 99.2 or something, it'll start moving up. The more items you sell, if you sell enough to compensate to bring you up a percentage, but the negative will stay on there for a year. That's correct. That's correct. Love you too, man. Be safe over there in the UK. Got a lot of friendly people. A lot of friendly people here, guys. You don't have any new watchers today? Slow day should be booming. Yeah, I actually went out on, you can not only on your offer site, you can also go and filter your active listings on your phone and go to the top and filter it for number of watchers, and it will open it up. It won't let you send offers, but you can see in numerical order how the most watchers have, and you can go down and revise them and maybe get one of those watchers to bite. So if you got 12 watchers on an item, you can go down and drop it $1 or $2 depending on what your cost of goods and your profit would be, and you can do it that way and maybe get one of the watchers to bite, because there are people watching it for a reason. So might check that out. Always positive vibes, always. That's why I like your channel, man. Why am I out of focus? But hey, I want to be out of focus, Hey, it could be your eyes, Nate. You are in the 40s now. Could just be your eyes. Should I sit back? Should I turn on a light? There. Is that better? Or does that just make me look brighter? I got a snotty Facebook today from someone with 13 feedback. Yeah, and usually, like I said, most of the people you're going to deal with that are difficult are going to be low feedback people, just because they don't understand it. They think we're Walmart, and technically on returns we are, because you got to return it, but or take it back. But yeah, when I get like a million questions on an item where it looks like it's going to be an issue, I usually will not deal with that person much. I don't block them unless they really get ugly, and then I will block you. Angie doesn't block anybody. Don't let her fool you. Don't let her fool you. Angie, what are we giving away today? We're giving away a winner to somebody in this room. You're up to like 77 people. And you need to draw number one, because number one on your list is TheCapGuy. I was looking at your list. I was like, where am I at on that list? And then I look up and see number one. I was like, now how did I end up number one? No light, then you get the rings of death in your eyes. Okay, like Cat. I'm not going to talk about another channel. You already gave it away, Nate. Now she'll be jumping into the room because you said something. We've already had Lonnie and Josh jump in here because people were talking and mentioning their names, and there's somebody in here that's running out and telling people we're talking about them. Now, last night, Nate, after you mentioned Gino, I actually went out and said, hey, Drifter just shouted you out. We're alive with Angie Resells. Why don't you jump in? And he did. So That's how he came in. It wasn't because you was mentioning him. I went out and told him to come in. And then I've watched his videos, and you're right, Nate. I love the guy. Great personality. Funny. I love when he's in his car and he says, if you're a subscriber, you get to sit in the front row with me. And if you're an unsubscriber, you got to sit in the back. That was funny. Only negative in 4 years. A voter registration list. That depends on what state, and I'm not getting into politics. I was helping my father-in-law build his store. One of the items I listed in his store got a negative. My only negative in 4 years. Hey, tells me you got good customer service. I mean, today I bought something from somebody from my grandson, and he had 92% feedback, and I didn't check it until afterwards. But then I went and looked at his feedback, and they've been good recently. But I'm not ashamed to give negative feedback if you don't take care of business. I've actually bought stuff from people, and 2 or 3 days after they didn't ship it, I was like, wait a minute, I resell too, and I ship in 1 day. Can you not just ship this thing? Let's get on with it. So I'm not afraid to get on people. I'm all about customer service. A lot to do that. No. A lot to do that. Use a ring light. I do have a ring light sitting back there. See it? I need to probably get that. I just bought that for like $30. By the way, if any of you that have channels are interested in banners, that banner behind me only cost me about $30. I got it online. I don't know if I got it on eBay or Amazon. I'd have to go back and check. But to have a banner made like that to put behind you in your channel, it's not a bad gig. I mean, it's a canvas banner. It's not a cheap thing, and it's got the eyelets and everything in it. But $30, and I've got caps and beanies on the way. So I haven't ordered any stickers. I keep thinking I need to order stickers, but when you ain't even got 500 subs, there's no hurry. There's nobody gonna want one. I mean, I'm just pumping this thing because it's the only one I have. I mean, you can too be tell them what they want, Johnny. He's won a beverage container. Sales are sales, profits profit by the cap guy. Yeah. This and about, what is it, $1 at 7-Eleven? You can have a cup of coffee too. You need a cap and a beanie? All right. Well, I haven't seen them yet now. I ordered them, and they're coming from China. So, yeah. Tell them what they won, JT. JT got a new hat today. I was going to show it tomorrow, but I'll show y'all. I keep trying to find clothes for him, but he's so little that it's hard. So today I found this, and he ain't going to like it. Get me out of this silly hat. I don't like this hat. First of all, it's got ears on the top, and it ain't cold outside. It's 75 degrees. But it's cold this weekend. We got snow coming. There, hope y'all are happy up north. Now get me out of this silly hat. Oh, JT, you're too funny. Too funny. I love JT. You want one? You want a JT or you want a hat? Man, I may have to start being like, bring my grandson Aiden in here and be like Kevin's kids and start selling home hustler stuff. I didn't think anybody'd buy it. I don't know that guy. Why would I buy his stuff? It's bringing sexy back. Yeah, JT's pretty sexy. Who was Johnny Carson used to do a bit where he used to do that thing with the envelope in the front of his head, and then they had one where he wore a hat like that, like a hunter hat. I don't hunt, but I know that I will ever make back, but it's fun. Yeah, I love doing YouTube. I just wish the channel would grow. A GM beanie, but his parcel was literally 1 gram off the max. We calculated it too well. A GM beanie? GM, like General Motors? You want a Cap Guy cup? Well, I'm giving it away when I get 8 more subs. I'm only 8 away. And you've been jumping up there too, Miss Angie. You're over 400 and was it around 445, 450? I buy used things using my disposable account. So if I need to leave a negative, I don't worry about retaliation on my Pride main account. You have more than one eBay account? I only have one. I have 2 PayPals, but I only have 1. But I'm on managed payments, so I don't ever keep anything. I finally today, and I'm not saying anything negative, I bought, Mr. Buy-a-Lot has auctions every day, and I bought something 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and I just got my invoice and paid him today. I'm like, dang, how long does it take to get an invoice to somebody? I want that stuff. Oh, Granite Mountain. Okay. Thanks, Nate, for correcting me again. I'm just so old. He can highlight any comment. Angie. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Wow, so smart. There you go. Yeah, JT, I think what makes JT is his just how we go back at each other back and forth. We're like Dean and Martin and Lewis, you know. Good for merch sales too. Yeah, I think they can be if it's not used too much. Sometimes it can be a distraction if it's too much, I think. I mean, but yeah, everybody loves kids and animals, but I mean, unless they're part of it, um, if they're just climbing around and jumping around, and it's not so much a deal. But Kevin uses his pretty well. I mean, he's actually teaching them the business, and he's uh, having them, on camera and all that. So they'll be pickers probably in addition to whatever they do in their lives. Cameras, lights, editing software, new computer that costs doing YouTube. Yeah. And I just bought a GoPro 8, and I don't know how to use it yet, but I'm figuring that out. I mean, I know how to use it, but getting it attached to my computer. I did buy a new HP Pavilion computer just recently. That was $1,500. Lights, I've got some, and yeah, it does add up. But hey, it's a tax write-off too if you're doing over 20 grand. So, and I do over 20 grand a year, so it's all write-offs. Yeah, he's a good guy. I'm just saying the guys that he has doing his invoicing, it took him a couple of days to get it to me. And what's bad is I thought maybe because it's the first time I bought from him that maybe I wasn't doing something right, because he told us what to send in the email to his Gmail, and I did it, and I didn't get a response. And then I started sending messages going, hey, man, I want to pay you, but am I doing something wrong? And the guy goes, no, I'm just behind. I'll get it out to you. So, no, nothing against him. I'm just saying I thought maybe I'd done something wrong and didn't do it right. And I didn't want to lose what I'd bought, because it's a lot of Star Trek and other collectibles still in their packages for $51 with free shipping. So yeah, there you go. GoPro 7 Black. Yeah, and I didn't know which one to get. I just picked one, and on Black Friday they went on sale for $2.99, and I grabbed it because they're normally about, I think, $3.99 or more. Lonnie's got one on a bid right now in Shed Flips, and it's almost $300, and it's used. So you need help with your taxes. Karen is a degreed. Now she's a real estate broker, owns her own store, but she also does taxes. She's an accountant by degree with bachelor's degree in accounting. She does mine, and I have a Excel spreadsheet set up on mine. I will make a note and show you that in the morning on my video if you would like. But you definitely want to have accountability. And you also, another thing you want to do, folks, is make sure you do donations to Goodwill or Salvation Army or whoever, those of you in America, because that's also a huge tax write-off. They give you credit for, say you donate your own Docker, slacks or whatever, and it's, they give you like $17 a pair for them and stuff in credit. So you definitely want to donate if you're making over 20 grand a year to help that 1099. Oh, and I love his parrot. And I'm not going to say anything negative about anybody, but he has a pawn shop, so I don't see him picking a ton. He's more, stuff's coming into him. But I mean, however you make money is however you make money. It doesn't matter to me. But I love that parrot. I wished I had that parrot, but parrot will outlive me. They live a lot longer than a white one. What's up with that? That's a great deal for an 8. Yeah, Best Buy had them for $2.99 on Black Friday, and I grabbed it because they're normally, like I said, $3.99 or more. And so keep an eye out. I mean, I'll bet you right after Christmas, boy, you can still get the write-off. A lot of that stuff's going to be dirt cheap because people they're not spending what they were with what's going on. Yeah. And he's teaching them. And of course, he's a teacher by trade. And he's good people. And he's from California, but he lives in Virginia. Yeah, he might autograph it. Heck, I got autographed stuff from Kevin. I bought a voice recorder from him, and I just got his stuff and all of his stuff. But he sent me all these autographs. The Cap Guy, thanks a bunch, best of luck, and what's the other one? So there you go. I can now forge his signature at Walmart. So I'm going to be rich. What's the topic, eh? What topic? We're just rambling. You never do that? Heidi? You don't ever ramble? Expenses and taxes. Yeah, we got on that. Julian brought that up. Yeah, I definitely suggest doing an Excel spreadsheet and keeping up with every transaction, your mileage, your fuel, although you can only count one of those, all your expenses and supplies, things you buy for your business. If you're going again over 20 grand, you're going to get a 1099 and 200 items on eBay, which even part-time, I made that. And then you just have to account for everything. And then if you have a return and you lose on shipping or something, go back and adjust your spreadsheet and show the losses because you're going to have those as well. So definitely, who's your super fan there, Nate? Who's your super fan? But yeah, keep track of everything you do related. Inventory system or my CPA is going to drop me. I've tried watching the YouTube reseller accounting and all confuses me. Drifter, I took eBay serious. Oh, here, I'm just going to show these. Why am I talking and reading them? Going to drop me. I've tried watching accounting and all confuses me. Drifter, I took. Karen says she can email y'all a blank spreadsheet if you would like, but I'll have to have your emails. And I can give you my email, and then yeah, Kevin is good people, very good people. There's a lot of good people in this community. There really is. Yeah, the first year I was trying to stay under 20,000 because I get VA benefits, not money, but I can go to the VA for free, and I draw a pension from UPS. So I was trying to stay under the 20, and then with PayPal involved, it made me go to like 24. So I had to file, and I didn't keep everything, so I might have hurt myself a little bit. But this year, I keep records every day. When I go to Goodwill, it comes in here and goes in this spreadsheet. My mileage, my purchases, because your purchases count too, guys. Karen, are you writing all these down, these Gmails and email addresses? Any of you that want an Excel spreadsheet, she could drop you one. And you can use it for 2021 or now if you want, but kind of late. There's Miss Nana. So yeah, put your email if you don't mind putting it on here. I promise we won't use it other than for that purpose. And if you want an Excel spreadsheet, she can send you one. And she does one for me with tabs. Some of them I use for bundle deals, and some I have just like the alphabet. P for PS2s and 4s and all that stuff. I don't. Yeah, and I actually don't use. I use the mileage more than I use the fuel because you're going to get more from mileage than you will fuel in a year, especially if I'm just staying local. But when I'm out hitting these other towns and hitting yard sales, that mileage comes in very important. So, and this year, by far, I'm going to be Okay, Karen, you should have 3 of these so far, or 4. I count 3. 3 of these you should have. Just copy those down and send them a Excel spreadsheet so you can help your taxes. And you can set up different tabs. And like I said, some I do from one sale, like I want to see how I'm doing. So all the Mary Kay I have in a file, and all the, some estate sales I do if they're big estate sales, but then the rest of it I just do alphabetically. And I do have one just for caps, and I'll show some of that tomorrow in my video, and so y'all can see. And basically, you're inputting the date, what it is, how much you paid for it, and then when you sell it, the date, how much you sold it for, the shipping, what they paid, what you paid, and then it calculates the eBay fees. And of course, in the past, it counted the PayPal fees if you're still on that, and then it gave you your net profit. And again, you can go back and update it at any time if they return it and you don't have any. You can throw in the negative number, like I had to give them their money back, but I kept the shipping, and so if you paid $1 and you sold it for 10 and you had to give the 10 back and you ate the shipping, you lost $4 or something. But at least you're showing a loss, and you got to have some of that, because if you're just making money, you're going to be paying. And most of the money that I'm making this year, I'm putting away because I just don't know how I'm going to turn out with a pension on top of it, and then still debating taking Social Security in April. But I'm probably not going to do it if I continue to do eBay, because it's not going to help me. It's just going to hurt me. So I might just wait. But I wanted to take it at 62, but hey, thanks for coming in, old school picker. Appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll check your channel out. I think I may be subscribing. If I'm not, I will. And cry every day. Oh, Lisa, you're a mess. Peace. Peace. There you go. Man, I just love this click and go. So, Angie, you're at 8 o'clock tonight. So we'll have to get on here in time to do Angie's deal. She may have to get off a little early and set up. And we have fun in all these. I have fun in Victoria's in the morning. Those of you that, not like Melissa, who's not up at 6:30 in the morning, but I don't always wake up at 6:30. Sometimes it's closer to 7, but I jump in and join their chat. And the woman can definitely sing happy birthday really well, really well. So, and then Angie, we have fun in your chat or in your show at night, and I think that's helped you too. There you go. And Karen's a very, very helpful person. One of the friendliest hearted people I know. That makes sense. Kind-hearted, friendly, helpful. Unless you're in real estate against her, then it's probably all bets are off. She owns her own real estate brokerage. So if you need a referral where you live to sell or buy, call her. Marathon, my middle daughter works for her. She's a realtor as well. Yeah, Victoria's too. Well, now you just sleep in all day, Angie, or what? I'm kidding. But a nice mess. Okay, there you go. And you're not dumpster diving with your roommate, especially not the snow, right? We're supposed to get snow Sunday, but they're saying like a dusting to an inch, which after I lived in upstate New York, a dusting to an inch isn't nothing. I think the most we've had here in Oklahoma in the 15 years I've been back here is 14 inches one time, right? Christmas Eve. And we were coming back from Arizona and got stuck in it in Amarillo, Texas, and finally got in here on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day. And that's a lot of snow for Oklahoma because we don't have the huge combine sized snow plows y'all got up north. We do have combines though, but they cut wheat. But I ain't no farmer. I'm a city boy. Okay, the chat just went quiet. What's going on, folks? Did a bomb drop on us or something? It ain't got to me yet. I dropped a bomb on you. Oh, never mind. Maybe I could get up and do the Napoleon Dynamite Jamiroquai song or something. I could do the dance, but I'm not going to do that. Not doing it. But I can do some Johnny Kemp, Just Got Paid, for those of you that might know that song. Just got paid. It's Friday night. Finishing my next video. There you go. Is it going to be released tonight there, Julian? We ain't got no snow plows in Atlanta. Yeah, we don't have them in Oklahoma. Well, we do, but we don't get as much snow. We probably get more ice than snow, but Northwest Oklahoma, about 2 hours from me, got 15 inches last weekend, and we didn't get any. So it's kind of like New York, upstate New York. When I worked up, and I worked in Fulton, where the Miller Brewery was, for a trucking company, and I lived in Oswego, 10 miles apart. We got 5 inches, and Oswego got like 22. So it's just how the wind's blowing that lake effect snow. But yeah, you just shut down. You know, in Austin, Texas, growing up, when they would have a threat of snow or something coming down there, they would shut down before the storm even showed up, and then it would never show up. So yeah, in the South, we're kind of scared of snow and ice. Everybody can drive on snow. It's not as easy as on ice. You just got to go slow and stay off your brake. We get an inch here, it's a national story. Yeah. We deal more with tornadoes and heavy thunderstorms than we do anything else here. No snow. I want snow. Christmas lights is stupid without pretty snow. Yeah, but when there's a lot of snow, after a while it gets dirty and it's really ugly. Um, I do like a white Christmas. There's nothing better than a white Christmas with a fireplace and singing. Mama got run over by a danged old reindeer. Oh, that's not the song you sing. Never mind. Mama got run over. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. Earthquakes. Actually, we have earthquakes, yeah, because of fracking. That's why we have them. Say what you want, but it's fracking that causes ours. And I lived in California and never experienced one, and moved here, and I felt it shake a couple of times. I got a crack in one of my walls in my house, not inside, outside. But yeah, fracking is not good. We need to definitely change the way we treat this earth, or the people that are coming behind us are not going to be living in a pretty place if we don't stop with the resources. And again, I'm not getting into politics, but I will say something about that. We have got to do a better job of taking care of our earth, because it's all we got. I don't want to live on Mars. You can't even breathe there. And there's no Maui. Hey, Journey always cracks up knowing you guys get an inch and freak out. Yeah, exactly. You watched any Kevin Bloody Wilson Christmas carols on YouTube yet? No, I don't know who that is, but I'm going to write it down. Kevin Bloody Wilson. Is he Australian? I'm assuming by the bloody, he's either British or Australian. Yeah, the songs I'm singing are songs I heard as a kid. So, or that one. Remember the one back in the 70s? Room, 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 room. There you go. So you probably don't remember that. Yeah, Miami. I mean, I went to Disney World a couple years ago. We went, and man, it's just too humid. Too humid. We are the Sunshine State and get snow once every 20 years or so. It's big. Yeah, when I lived in Arizona, that's the Sunshine State. Man, it hardly ever. We get 5 inches of rain a year. I got stuck in a snowstorm for 12 hours in March. Wow, that's not good. At least I hope you were warm. By the way, Nate, how much rain did you end up with last week? I'm sure you filled up your barrels and stuff. I confused his dog, Franklin. Roof, 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 roof. Y'all remember that song? Don't you remember that song? That was a famous Christmas song. You still hear it once in a while at Christmas time. So some of you younger folks, do you have your kids watching like Rudolph and the Christmas Story? And one of my favorites, of course, in You Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid, Christmas Story and Home Alone and all that. Or one of my favorites, It's a Wonderful Life, which has a great message. Never looked. You need to YouTube the dog Christmas. Yes, okay. I figured you had. All right, who's messaging me? Franklin's looking up at Nate going, who in the heck is that barking in your video? It's just the Cap Guy. Here he goes with the dogs again. Seems in the chat I must be lagging behind you guys a bit. I remember the California Raisins. What's the other one? The Big Fig Newton. Remember that song or the Baloney song? Oscar Mayer. Oscar Mayer has a way with Bologna. How's that? Or where's the beef? The old lady used to go into Wendy's. Where's the beef? Some of you that are on this channel won't remember that stuff. It's older commercials. Because I remember TV, when TV went off at midnight every night, there was no cable, and every channel, there were 3 channels before even PBS, and they went off at midnight, and it came on with the national anthem, and then usually got the dartboard of the Indian chief, and they would be on until about 5 in the morning when TV would come back on the air. And you got maybe one football game on the weekend at like noon and one later at 3, and that was it. And then Monday Night Football, there was no other stuff. And there was no HBO. When HBO first came out, do you remember? Hey, Jim, welcome to the show. If you remember when HBO first came out, they would show a movie, and then you get 15 minutes of bicycle riding through Central Park in New York City until the next show started. We've come a long way, folks. I mean, there were no video games. We played outside, drank out of the water hose, had a phone connected to the cord that you had to dial. Me and JT actually made a video when he first started in my skits, if you go back. And we actually had a dial telephone in front of us, and I pretended he was a little kid. And we were going back and forth. And one of the things he kept saying was, well, how did you take pictures on this phone? I said, you didn't take pictures on those phones back then. That technology wasn't here. Well, how did you put it in your car? Well, we didn't have cars in our phones back then. And it was just the way it went around. It was funny because we had, everybody in your house heard your conversation on a telephone because it was usually in the kitchen or the living room. And then maybe if you was lucky, you had one upstairs or in another bedroom, and your brother or sister would get on there and, try to hit the button and listen in. Or if you were on a party line, you couldn't even get in. And if you tried to call somebody, it was a busy signal. So if they were on the phone. So we have come a long way, and some of it's good and some of it's not. But the national anthem, every night they would come on with the national anthem. So there you go. There you go. QT's Lamar. What's QT's Lamar, Nana? What are you laughing about, Jim? What I said or what? You're in time for the Xbox Series giveaway. Yeah, that ain't happening there, buddy. This gentleman lives here in Oklahoma and knows I have an Xbox and wants it. If I had kids, I'd be watching those classics, a holiday tradition. Yeah. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, with that leg lamp. And you'll shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah, that's a good one. Home Alone, you filthy animal. And you still got a hardline phone. Yeah, I used to have one, but the only phone calls I got on it were telemarketers, so I got rid of it. It's funny how our technology's changed. I still have an Arizona area code, and I've been here 15 years, but nowadays you don't need them. So taking a picture on your phone, we were growing up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were just doing a little skit where I was showing him how to dial the phone, and if you messed up, you remember sometimes when you go around with the rotary dial and you didn't go all the way, you'd have to hit the little button and start all over again if you got in a hurry. And sometimes you were trying to dial like a radio station to win a prize, and you were having a hard time because you were dialing so fast. So we were joking about it. And like a little child, when you ask them how to operate, if I took my grandkid and said, show me how you'd make a phone call on this phone, they can figure out the dialing part, but they don't know you have to pick up the receiver first and then wait for the signal, you know, and, kind of like other things like AOL when it first came out, you had that dial tone and the little guy was running and you waited for your internet to connect. I mean, there's so many things that have come along that we don't even remember that, MySpace instead of Facebook. And I still have a MySpace, but mainly for pictures. Yeah, the corn, and everybody heard it, and you weren't allowed as a teenager to be on the phone very long in case they got an important call because you got a busy signal. You couldn't just, get in. We watched the holiday, and then you had to call the operator and say, I got an emergency call, and they'd break in. We have an emergency call. You release the line. So those of you that are older, you know that stuff. Quick Trip had a commercial in the 80s with a dog named Lamar. Okay. I didn't live here in the 80s. I lived in, early 80s. I was in the Navy. And then the rest of it, I was back in Texas. I didn't move. When did I move back here? Yeah, calling in radio stations was hard. Yeah. And it still is. You call in, you get a busy signal. Found some good pluses today at the thrift store. Are you saying like pluses, like women's size plus, or are you saying plushes, like thrift? See, I'm teaching you to pick up plush, aren't I? You see them Sonic selling for $70 and you're picking them up. Gino, in Gino's video, I watched 2 of his videos last night, and when he was going by the plush in one of the Goodwills, he goes, "Oh, there's a bunch of plush, and there's a bunch of them," but I'm going right on by, and I'm thinking, no, don't go by them. Go look. There's a lot of money in those, Gino. Don't pass plush. And not every plush. You got to comp them and look at the dates on the tags, and you got to comp that particular one and see, if it's worth picking up. But when you can pick them up for $1, the little plush gremlins like the Furbies, those are worth about $22 to $25 a piece if you find the little plush, not talking ones. I found 2 of those for $1 a piece and sold them for $22, $25 a piece. So don't pass on those. A cow and a chicken plush and an older Garfield. I've got a Garfield brush set I'm trying to get rid of on eBay, and I've got it down in the 30s or 40s, and I bought it this summer, and it's vintage 70s. It's a whole brush set of Garfields. Well, he didn't actually use it, but you know what I meant. So a cow and chicken plush. Did you comp them? I mean, what are they worth there, Mr. David? Hey, take care, Journey. Stay away from Florida. All your ex is still there. I found an old car window Garfield for 50 cents last week. Wow. We have a local radio station here called The Cat, KATT 1057, and it's a rock station, and they've been around forever. And I found a vintage poster of theirs, and I've got it framed in my bedroom. I won't sell that. It's I don't even know what it's worth, but here locally it'd be worth a lot of money. I sold a bumper sticker that I found at the same sale for $20. So just gives you an example. Comp Garfield is 30, comp chicken at 32. Good deal. 23rd and MacArthur. Oh, you love going to that place. That's where I actually met you at. There are some hilarious videos of youngins trying to figure out things like making a phone call. Yeah. Yeah, I heard Ellen has the C word now. I saw that today. Old people sadistic fun. That's one thing when Bill Cosby used to interview little kids. Some of the things kids say, oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. And Art Linkletter did it too with kids before even Bill Cosby, and the same thing. You don't know what little kids are going to say until they say it. And those of you that have little kids, you know that. Those poster calendars. Oh, wow. Hey, everybody, what's up? Two dudes picking. Hey, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you. We're just doing a chat before we run over to Angie Resell's channel for the giveaway, the Ellen DeGeneres 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. There you go. Lissa says, hi, two dudes. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe to everybody in the room. 2,000 basket cards for $8. What's a basket card there, David? I don't know what a basket card is. I just sold some Pokemons, and I don't even know nothing about them. Peace. Our kids trying to load and use a Walkman. Yeah. A little more current, but yeah. Oh, that should be fun to see, Nate. I have several Sony Walkmans that I haven't even tested yet, and I saw Gino talking about them, and I didn't know that he was selling them when they didn't even work. So I got to check them, because if they don't work, I'm still going to sell them. I knew about, like video games, and consoles and stuff, but I didn't, and TI calculators. I've got a brand new TI-84, and I cannot move that thing. It's still in the package. Probably need it for one of y'all's Excel spreadsheets. I'm kidding. So, Two Dudes, what's up in your world today? How do you skip to the next song? Yeah. In the old days, the tape recorder, the cassette recorder stuff, you had to fast forward. You didn't get to just pop to the next song like you do now. I have Pandora in my car, and I use it. And I have an Alexa in the living room, but I also have, I'm a music fanatic, and I have, hey, David, welcome to the channel. I have a set of Bose 901s and a set of Marantz 820s. I think they're 820s or 870s. And they're the big wood cabinet ones, and I found them on Marketplace several years ago. I won't even sell them, and they're both worth over $600 a pair. I've got some Bose behind me that are worth quite a bit too, but I haven't hooked them up to test them yet. But yeah, I have probably 1,000 CDs in my collection, and I have well over 1,500 DVDs and Blu-rays in my private collection. I love movies and music. And then you have to flip it over when it gets to the end. Yeah. Hey, in records, you used to have to pick up the arm and move it over to the next song and the other song without skipping it. But you could set up stacks of records, 45s or 33s, and just let them drop one after the other. Yeah, I'm stereo poor and TV poor in this house. I have a stereo in every room and extra, and I have TVs in every room. Side by side, side A and side. Yeah. It is true, side A and side B. Set you had to fast forward, and same with an 8-track. You had to fast forward. For record, you just picked it up and moved it, or like you said, I would just put a stack of records on and let them all drop one at a time. Carms complains about our TVs. Why, too many or what? So, David, what's going on in your world? And we've been on here for 2 hours, folks. I guess we probably jump off here and jump on. You thought the skip button was magic? Yeah. Skip to the next one. Where's JT? He's over here. I'll show him real quick. We got to work on our other video in the morning too. He got him a new hat today, and he don't like it. Yeah, get that dang hat off of me. It's 75 degrees in Oklahoma, and it's got teddy bears on the top. Man. Anyway, I better get off here and let get on to Angie's. Out of respect to Angie, y'all. Angie Resells. She's doing a giveaway. Y'all get in there. Angie Resells, David. Jump in there. Maybe win you a prize. She's giving away stuff. And it's lots of cash. I'm kidding, but it's not. Oh, your man cave has 3 TVs? Wow. Hey, folks, as always, thanks again for watching. Jump over to Angie Resells and let's support her channel as well. Subscribe to anybody in the channel that you haven't subscribed to, and we appreciate you. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you in the morning.